absent for a couple of days because the mighty Nana has been feeling sick. So she had to recover for a few days, but she's feeling better. Don't worry, kids. We have this all handled, and it's going to work out perfectly fine. Because you know what? We got a special guest today. Her name is Little Miss P.
Hi.
And, of course, the lovely Problem Child. The book we're going to read today is Curious George Goes to a Costume Party. This book is great because it's Curious George. He's an old school monkey, but he's great. So let's begin.
Hi.
Oh, don't forget our new Mr. Ruffles. And of course, Mr. Turtle. He loves reading. Here we go. This is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. One day, George and his friend, the man with the yellow hat, were on their way to a party at Mrs. Gray's house.
Mrs. Gray's house.
George could not wait. He liked parties, and he was looking forward to seeing Mrs. Gray. But when the door opened, George did not see Mrs. Gray at all. He saw a witch. Don't be afraid, George, said the man with the yellow hat. This witch is our friend. The witch took off her mask. It was Mrs. Gray after all. Oh dear, she said. Did I forget to tell you this was a costume party?
Yes, it is a costume party.
Oh, wow. What's going to happen at this costume party? Let's see. I know what's going to happen. I know. They're going to turn me into a beast. No, they're not, Mr. Turtle. Go sit down. George had never been to a costume party before. Inside, he saw more people than he knew. They were all wearing costumes. There was his friend Betsy dressed up like an astronaut. And what was that, Bill? Why, he looked just like a mummy. George wanted to wear a costume, too. I have some dress-up clothes upstairs, said Mrs. Gray. Would you like to use them to make a costume, George?
That's a cat.
A cat?
Yeah, the cat was the sickly thing. Ow, what did you do that for, Madam? It is my baby.
These girls are acting crazy. They don't know how to sit down and enjoy the story.
Mr. Turtle.
Oh, don't mind Mr. Turtle. He's silly. Oh, look at the TV. Oh, hey, Mr. Ruffles, we're trying to read the story here. Oh, sorry.
Stay with me.
Mrs. Gray took George to a room with a big trunk filled with clothes. Borrow anything you like, George, she said. I have just the thing for your friend downstairs. George tried on lots of costumes. The first was too big. The second was too small. Another one was too silly. And this one was just too scary.
He wanted to be a firefighter and a bunny and a monster and a robot.
At last, George found a costume that was just right. George was even a rodeo cowboy. He wore a vest and pants with fringe. He even had a lasso and a hat. Quit picking your nose, Miss Problem Child.
I don't pick my nose in this.
If he could only see himself in the mirror, George was curious. Could he see himself? He stood on the bed. No, he needed to jump higher. George bounced on the bed just a little, but still he couldn't see. I can see. Mr. Turtle, please. We need to be able to let the people see.
Yeah, Mr. Turtle.
Mr. Ruffle, I can see. Hi, everyone. My name is Ruffles. Your name is Ruffles. I like to tuffle. Get over here. We're in the middle of a story. That's why we're chaotic over here. That's called Corona.
Yes!
All right, let's go here. Look at the monkey. He bounced a little more. So soon George was having so much fun, he forgot all about looking in the mirror. He bounced as high as he could until what happened when he bounced high and high and high and high and high and high and high? What happens?
He would get upside down and bump his head.
Yeah, upside down and bumped his head. Whoa!
Oh no, he's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, there's Nemo. Wait, no. We're not fighting or anything. Goodness gracious.
I just got that first. It was
Over here, girlfriend. Crash. George bounced off the bed. He smashed into the night table and got tangled up into the tablecloth. Suddenly, everything went dark. George heard the people downstairs gasp. What was that? Was that a ghost? A ghost? George did not want to meet up with the ghost alone. He dashed out of the room and down the hall. He wanted to get back to his friend in a hurry, and he knew the fastest way. Oh.
He was like a little money, and then he got in
He hopped onto the stair rail and sailed whoosh down the stairs. It's a ghost! Someone screamed. Everyone turned. They looked scared, and they were looking at George. The ghost must be right behind him. Oh. Let me see this book. Let go.
That's my turn. But what did you Mom. I had it first.
You are not behaving well in the reading session. George flew off the rail and landed plop in the arms of a farmer. But this wasn't really a farmer. It was his friend, the man with the yellow hat. Oh, soon everyone stopped looking scared and started to laugh. This was not a ghost. That's a cowboy, laughed the policeman. That's not a cowboy. That's a monkey, giggled the princess. That's not just any monkey, said Betsy. It's Curious George. Everyone clapped and cheered. They liked George's Halloween trick. Uh-oh. Let's see what happens next. You gave us a good scare, George, said Mrs. Gray, and I'm glad to see you found something interesting. Costumes. Now, why don't I take your ghost outfit so you can join the party?
Oh, I like it.
And the guests bobbed for apples, lit the jack-o'-lanterns, and played some party games. Prizes for the best costumes were handed out. Little Miss P and Problem Child are getting a little antsy in story time. They can't seem to listen and sit still. Oh my good story of my life, kids. There was one prize for Betsy and one for Bill and one for Curious George. You were the best ghost and the best cowboy, George, said Mrs. Gray. Everyone had a good time at the party, especially George. Too soon it was time to say goodbye.
Halloween.
Good night, George. Happy Halloween. What do you mean it's Happy Halloween? It's not Halloween. It's Easter. Mom, it is not Halloween. Mr. Turtle, it's just a book. It's okay. No. I want to say it's Easter. Okay. Can we just say it's Easter? Happy Easter! And now we are done. We are going to get together and give each other a great big hug and stay healthy and continue watching Corona. Don't forget to give us the thumbs up,
subscribe,
and
hit the notification.
Yay!
He wants to say something. I was supposed to say.